Hey, you want to know what gets me through this thing called life? Therapy. Hey, what's going on? I am Ron Norman, and I wanted to talk to you all about therapy and the importance of it. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you decide to do so. And also like, comment, however you choose to interact with the content. I truly appreciate it. That means you're watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I couldn't say thank you enough. I've had therapy over the past couple of years, and what I've noticed the most is that it's important to find someone who shares the same identity as you. Not saying that you can't go to anyone else that can provide service to you, but for me, what resonates most with me is someone who I have commonalities with. I began therapy back when I was probably like in my early 20s, and at the time I went to this white woman, and she's a southern white woman, Christian, and when I was talking to her about a couple of things, it almost felt as if the only remedy that she would suggest was to pray about it. I'm all for prayer, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times I'm like, there has to be something else. What could I do? Something tangible, or is there like something I can practice to get to a better place in how I was feeling at the time? But that didn't last long, needless to say. After that brief stint of not having therapy, I had moved to New York, and I was introduced to this therapist. He's a black gay man from the South. So I was like, okay, there's some connection there. But I also noticed that he was not about, let's see how we can treat you, but more so of getting the latest gossip. Like, yo, what happened next? And I'm like, this really isn't helpful to me, because I really need to know what I should be doing and how I should respond differently to certain situations. After a while, I was like, all right, let me find someone else. So my job, it allows me to go to a host of therapists. So I found another therapist, and he was an older white man. He probably was in his 70s. Older white man, agnostic, and he was from the North. Already we're different, to say the least. Even when I would tell my story, I felt like he wasn't even listening to me, and I was like, why am I putting myself through this? So I ended up leaving him. Okay, now let's come to present day. I found this therapist, gay black man from the South, and I felt like he is someone that I can connect with well, because he and I are relatively close in age, and we are more strategic with our sessions, where we talk about how to resolve certain situations and how I shouldn't act on impulse or act too emotionally in times when I feel like I'm not heard. Just a host of things I'm working on now. So it's important to find someone that you can connect with, that shares similarities with you. You don't want someone who just tells you yes, that you're right all the time. There has to be some back and forth, some challenging, and I do appreciate my therapist now for doing that. I want to encourage you all to definitely, if you can, if it's provided for you, I know it can get expensive, seek therapy. Take the time out to seek therapy. It never could do you any wrong. And if you don't find that therapist to be helpful, you can always go find someone else. So definitely find someone that you can connect with. Pray, as I mentioned, prayer changes things, and you can also pray to get through certain situations, but a lot of times you need to speak to someone else to challenge you and to help you cope with those traumas that you may be facing. And also, finally, journaling. Journaling has been so helpful for me. And over the years, I have used this journal to write out my thoughts or plans or ideas I have for myself. I hope that you all decide to explore therapy and not feel like you have to take it all on yourself, because you don't. You have support, you have help, and you do not have to be alone. I'm working on me right now, so you all stay safe and continue to stay true to who you are and work on yourself.